Okay, good afternoon. Marcus, what can you tell us about the Constitutional Convention process? How is it different from dealing, for instance, directly with Congress or the Senate?
Well, thanks for asking, Claire. That's why I came by today, to explain to you what is CalConCon and what's it trying to do. Very quickly, we're going to run through a couple concepts. So, one of the questions is, what is the Constitutional Convention? Here's how it works, real quick. Under federalism, as defined in 1776, 1795, however you want to call it, you have three branches of government. Number one is the legislative. That means Senate and the House of Reps. Number two, you have what's known as the executive. And that is the President of America. Number three, you have the judicial. And that's the Supreme Court. So these three are the only parts of government. And what you have right now is the Senate and the House creates laws. Then the executive branch or the president makes those laws happen. And then the judicial branch decides what's actually legal. And you're supposed to have a checks and balances between all three of these people. Supposed to. Constitutional Convention, you could theoretically call a fourth branch. Of government. Because what happens is that typically, in order to have a law in America, these people have to approve it, this person has to approve it, and this group has to say, we're not going to overturn it. So, additionally, though, you can change the law another way. In the Constitution of America, it says, and Thomas Jefferson was, in fact, a big supporter of this, you can call what's known as a Convention of the States, a Constitutional Convention, or what's popularly known as a ConCon. So, after Comic-Con, Cal-Lexicon or whatever. At the Constitutional Convention, when 38 states get together and say, we want to have a Constitutional Convention, they have a convention. At that convention, whoever's sent as a delegate, all those people can pass laws that literally will rewrite the Constitution. So you can skip all three branches of government if 38 states say they want to have this. Once they do it and once they meet, they can literally write anything they want into the Constitution, and that now becomes law. So the Constitution says everybody has the right to bear arms. You could technically rewrite the Constitution to say everybody has the right to 5 guns, or they have the right to no guns. You wouldn't have to ask these people what they think. You just do it because you rewrote the basic legal framework. Jefferson, when he was in America as a leading person, said that every 20 years America should totally revise the Constitution. It's just basically never happened since America was formed around 1790. But it's legal, and it's always been there. And CalConCon picked up on the fact that America's closer to having this happen than ever before. You have more American states calling for this than ever in history. So some of us in California figured out this is going to happen whether or not anybody likes it. And this could rewrite these three things. So instead of fighting it, let's get involved. And if we can rewrite the American Constitution, why not make it demand things like the environment is taken care of? And then it won't matter what someone says. I want to get out of the Paris conference. I'm president and I could do it. No, you can't. We rewrote the entire Constitution saying America has to do it. Doesn't matter what you say, President. Doesn't matter what you say, Republican-controlled Congress. Environment, have to do it. Doesn't matter what you say, conservatively dominated Neil Gorsuch-led American Federal Supreme Court. It's in the Constitution. Doesn't matter. We could also do things like saying, you have to have a way for California to become independent if it wants. That's the beauty of this. Now here's why is CalConCon doing this when right now, and how does that relate to the Cal Exit movement? Well, good question. Here's the answer. There is already an initiative for independence, or what we call Cal Independence, filed right now already. Oops, sorry about that. Already. Okay. Forgive me. There's already an initiative right now, and it's going to say, hey, California, do you want to become independent? Well, you can vote to do that. And that's great. And CalConCon thinks that that's awesome, and that's totally supporting Cal Exit. However, even if California votes to say, we want to go, here's California, and they vote to go, yeah, we want to leave, we're out of here. Big thumbs up, right? They can't do it unless the Congress says so. So the American Congress has to say yes. Has to say yes. California, you can leave. Even if California votes on this initiative that's already filed to leave, it still has to have the Congress say yes. Well, what if you didn't have to have the Congress say yes? Because someone wrote another initiative that changed the American Constitution to allow for a clear, simple path to secession. Then, once this initiative happens and California votes for independence, this second initiative can take the place of having Congress approve, and it's already outlined on the things that California needs to do. So this initiative doesn't get stopped because Californians said yes and then it goes to the federal government of America. It goes right to the second initiative that changed the American Constitution to allow for an easy path to leave. And what that would get you is 2 thumbs up, because that's a really smart idea. We support California independence. Somebody's already filing that initiative. Our initiative is to change the American Congress to allow any state in America to have an easy path to independence, so that when Californians say we want to leave, they're allowed to do so. Real smooth. And then we just go right to being a nation. And that's the big idea.